Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me here at the Galaxy with God, Love Notes. Of course, I really want to thank you for being a part of my journey, a part of my soul tribe, a part of this family. I really appreciate you, one and all. All right, Holy Spirit, what's the message for the collective energies? What do you need us to know? What do you want us to see? Thank you. Yeah, someone is really in their emotion, feeling buried, feeling as if they're drowning. Someone is really drowning in the way they feel, not able to let go, feeling as if they're no longer important in your eyes because someone was pretending to be who they weren't and was wearing a mask. Someone was trying to disguise who they really are, and as a result, someone could have been left out to sink in whatever situation they have themselves in. Anything else? Yeah, I have obsession. Whatever they're whatever they're in deep to their neck. I mean, above their head and going down. Someone is addicted to something, could be even addicted to you, but someone is fully submerged in whatever addiction that they have going on. Anything else? What do we need to say? Thank you. Yep. Regardless of where this person is, they see you as the one they see you as the one that they were supposed to attach themselves to, but they look at you and knowing that you're growing, you're feeding your own, you're watering your own grass, you're feeding yourself, you're more healthier, in a more healthy situation than you were before. They see you doing soul searching, could be finding self, focusing more on self than anything else. Focusing on self and just walking away, putting a finality to something. Anything else? What's with this obsession? Yeah. Whatever obsession someone have regarding their addiction, this is leaving them so confused, not sure which direction to go, feeling as if the world is against them. They're holding on to the pain, not sure how to let it go. What's this clinging card? What's this clinging card? Past life. So you could have someone who, if you believe in past life or this person is from your past, yeah, you and this person could be repeating a karmic cycle. But this was just meant to teach you a lesson as much as you now have to realize your worth and have to move on, putting a finality to something, even though this person could be the one, or you could have seen them, or vice versa. You could have seen them as the one, but you had to move on, leaving this person. What's this clinging? Someone is clinging to some mistake, as I said. They keep on repeating old patterns. Could be someone as I said, from your past, repeating old pattern, making the same mistakes over and over again. This was supposed to be a soul lesson that someone was supposed to really learn, but even then, they didn't learn it, and they're coming up as a lost soul. This person soul is miserable, drowning. I want to say drowning in their own sin, but someone is going through this something. That's the stuff. Yeah. Someone is hoping for another chance. Someone wants to redeem themselves from whatever pit or whatever sea bottom that they dig themselves and drowning into. Someone wants to get themselves out of this. Someone is hoping by faith that the universe will have mercy on them. What's this depth? Yeah. So wherever they are, all that's left of them, wherever they are sinking into, they can only look and just imagine and know that you are growing. knowing who you are, like it was supposed to be you, and them growing together, but you are nourishing yourself. You are supposed to even grow something together, not just you, but growing could be a business, could be growing in a relationship, but you and someone was supposed to grow something, but you're left by yourself now to do it alone. This could be a very close bond, a family, a friend, very close relationship, someone that you know, person from your past. What's this finality? Why the divine feminine had to put a finality to something? You had to leave divine feminine. Could be dealing with someone from your past, as I said, your soulmate, your twin flame, or someone you are somehow attached to. But they're looking at you as being beautiful. Regardless of you having to leave or not, this person does not have a grudge against you. They know you had to leave because you had a different path to go on. You had a different direction to go. You're being led by a different, what do I say? You're led by your spirit guides or God to go into a different direction, to turn your back to something that was no longer serving you, to learn to love yourself, to grow, build, go within yourself to figure out who you are. So this was supposed to be a lesson that you were supposed to learn after this person could have maybe even walked away from you. You had to pick up yourself in the dumps and move on from a soulmate. Yeah, you had to move on from a soulmate. As I said, this was a really deep connection, a close bond, someone you really wanted to make a commitment to, or vice versa. You wanted to grow something beyond what someone else wanted. What's this commitment card? Yeah. Now someone wants to come in with a confession because they're coming up as your twin flame. So someone could have walked away from a bond, a twin flame, someone that was supposed to go the distance, something that was supposed to flourish, something that was supposed to be an example. But in that same breath, something fell apart. Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting loyalty fell apart. Yeah, the trust, the reliability, the believing in each other, something just went down the drain. So the trust and the loyalty, nothing was left. So you had no choice than to love self and move away. Now someone is drowning in whatever they put themselves into while you're healing. You're healing yourself from someone who put you in deep sorrow, great loss, and despair, having you depressed for a while. But within that depression, you could have found yourself. In that same depression, you realize who you were, you realize your worth, you realize what direction you were to go, you realize how to listen to a higher power in that depressed state. So, as I always say, if you don't hit rock bottom, you will never understand how coming out of the depth of the slum would feel and how elevated and light you feel getting out of that deep dark place. What's his sorrow? What's his sorrow? Yeah. So you reach a point where you were at your breaking point. You were at your final straw. There was nothing left. As I said, you hit the bottom of the barrel hard, maybe head first. And when you hit, I don't know why I want to say this, but when you hit your head so hard, you saw clarity. You saw something beyond what you were never, something that you were never looking at. You saw the truth. You saw the truth in someone's intention. You could have been holding on to someone forever, for years, believing you want to build with them, but for some reason, they did not see you like that. Not to trigger anyone, but not everybody is meant to be in a relationship, regardless of who or whatever the status is. Some person were just meant to teach you a lesson. Some person were just meant to learn something from and move on. As painful as it might be, you wanted to grow together, but no, this was not the journey that was supposed to be embarked on. You have to travel that journey alone because sometimes where God want to take you, not everyone can go there with you. You have to go first and then even come back to help others. You have to be on your own for even now to learn your own journey, to see through your own path. Yeah, you have to withdraw. Thank you, Spirit. You have to withdraw your energy, be alone for a while to see exactly, to be in solitude, to see exactly what your mission in this life is. There's so many things happening around and people just not seeing clearly. Everybody's just walking up and down, blindfolded, eyes wide shut, and still not realizing that we're really at the end of time. The Bible speaks of the end of time, but end of time is a time for me. What I figure this to be, my eye is jumping. Yeah. Someone needs to see, even though the signs are there, people are still not realizing that there's something beyond the physical that we're supposed to notice. The end of time for me means we need to acknowledge a higher power that's in our life more than anything else. The end of time is everyone is supposed to be going through an awakening at this time to realize something beyond us that we need to look towards and not just ourselves and our wealth and our money and our whatever we have in the material realm or in the physical realm. Sorry. Yeah, look to a higher power because there's something above and beyond us that we can comprehend. So it's a time of awakening. There's so much happening. I'm not gonna even touch too much on it, but we just need to be cognizant of the fact that things are not what it seems. In the physical, it might seem okay, but in the spiritual, we need to try to make it right with a higher power each day. Even if you try, God will help you to do the rest. But we're just all, yes, we're all distracted. Thank you. At the back of the deck. We're all so distracted doing other things. It reminds me of a song that says, just as in the days of Noah, so it's gonna be today. Men will be married and given to marriage, but never find time to pray. They just keep doing their own things and not realizing that God is really trying to call us to listen to Him. So because we are not listening to God, He is giving the enemy power at this point to let us stop and smell the roses because we keep on just jaywalking all these years and not realizing that God is in control of everything. Regardless of how something is bad, God has to give Satan permission to let it happen. So that's just what I'm about to say. Yeah. Yeah. So people walking around with a foggy heart, not sure which direction to go, well messed up mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, every way. Persons are just not seeing the signs of the time. Yeah. So you were supposed to be growing a foundation with someone, but I have apologies coming up in the reverse. Someone failed to give you an apology. Someone failed to give you your flower. Now they're sorry that they did not have given you the flower. Now want your forgiveness. Can you see us, family? Yeah. But now a storm is brewing, an emotional. I was just watching the news where they have frog raining from the sky. I'm not sure what state, I don't remember what state, but it was so scary. So there's signs all over, and we're just not open enough to receive all these signs. Anything else, Spirit? One final card. Yeah, so we need to see things in a different perspective, not blindfolded, walking towards our own demise, but looking towards a higher calling each time. Listen to our intuition because God is trying to talk to us. Yeah, I have karma. Yeah, someone. If we do not open our eyes, I'm not sure why the reading has to switch to this, but someone need to open their eyes to see and understand that there's something bigger that's happening than what the physical eyes can see. Whatever someone did, they're reaping what they sow. Someone needs to come with an apology. I'm going to leave it here, but someone sees you as family. What's going to be the outcome? What's going to be the outcome of this spirit? Final card. It's going to be the outcome. Yeah, someone is still chasing. Someone is still running away from you. But time is not on their side. Time is coming up in the reverse. Someone is waiting for the moment. What moment are they waiting for? Have grown out someone's old attitude. Someone is realizing you're not the same person that they knew maybe years ago, months ago, weeks ago. You have seen things in a different perspective. You're no longer possibly blindfolded by love and being gullible to a person who was just trying to maybe, sneak around behind your back and not wanting to give you your flower. So you've left this, you walked away, divine feminine, you're watering your own grass and seeing things from a higher perspective, following the lead that your savior is leading you towards. So if the reading resonates, please let me know by commenting down below, liking, sharing, or even subscribing. Thank you so much again and good night.